A very good evening. Welcome to Prime TV News on Friday, the 26th of July, with me, Iftiar Abdul Qadir. Your headlines first. President is ready to strengthen Japan-Sri Lanka relations. Attorney General does not give evidence. Instructions given to re-export garbage containers. And on news overseas, US reinstates death penalty after a lapse of 16 years. In your local news this evening, President Maithripalapala has pointed out that Sri Lanka is very keen to expand defense cooperation with Japan. He said this when Japanese State Minister of Defense Kenji Harada called on him at the president's official residence in Colombo today. The president said that as both countries are interested in maritime security, Japan and Sri Lanka should further increase cooperation between the two navies to ensure international maritime security as well as safety and security of international waters. He thanked the visiting Japanese minister for long-standing development assistance provided to Sri Lanka by Japan. President Sirisena said that the existing close cooperation in naval sector should also be expanded to the army, and the memorandum of understanding signed between the two countries would be helpful for increasing cooperation. Referring to the tripartite agreement reached between Sri Lanka, Japan and India to develop the eastern terminal of Colombo port, the president said that it was a very important step to develop the capacity of the port of Colombo. State Minister Kenji Harada said that defense and economic cooperation between Japan and Sri Lanka has made rapid progress in recent years and said that the cooperation between two navies covered joint naval operations, training and logistics. Secretary to the President, Udaya R. Seneviratne, and Japanese Ambassador Akira Sugiyama were among those present. Former Minister, parliamentarian Rashad Abdul has said that a democratic leader who treats all the people alike should become the president of the country. Joining in the ITN Sangvadya live program, he said that his party is ready to support such a leader.
Parliamentarian
Rashad Abdul said that the president should be a person who could create coexistence in the country and should have a knowledge in deadline with other countries and improving the economy and also enhance Sri Lanka's image. He should be a skilled and talented leader. Many names have been proposed as candidates, but they do not know who will finally come. Their party will be extending support after considering the abilities of the candidate. He said that he wished that a good person should become the president. The country will be destroyed if democracy does not prevail in the country. Responding to a query raised about felling trees in the forest, he said that when the original owners left for their villages, after several years, they were overgrown with shrubs. It was Mahinda Rajapaksa who paved the way for the displaced families to be resettled in their own villages after appointing a task force. When a new government assumed office, not an inch of land was given to them. But when the present government assumed office, he was accused of devastating the Wilpattu. When the present president and the incumbent prime minister assumed office, he said that not even 10 perches were cleared and handed over to the people. Defendants, including former Defence Secretary Gautam Rajapaksa, appeared in the Permanent High Court at Bar. They are accused of misusing 33.9 million rupees in the construction of the D.A. Rajapaksa Memorial Museum. The Supreme Court yesterday ordered that the hearing of evidence of the appeals petition be carried out until the hearing of the appeals petition is completed. This was intimated to the Permanent High Court at Bar today by the Deputy Solicitor General. 5 witnesses of the case appeared in court. They were ordered to be released temporarily until they are informed again. The Attorney General submitted to the judiciary an amendment related to the indictments of the case. Accordingly, the 5th allegation in the indictments has been withdrawn. Orders were given to summon the case on the 30th of August to know the stand of the defendants. Indictments have been filed against parliamentarian Mahindananda Alutgamage and former Satosa chairman Nalin Fernando over a misappropriation case at the 2nd Special High Court today. The suspects have been accused of misusing 33 million rupees belonging to state-run Satosa, a retail business, to purchase sports equipment during Alutgamage's tenure as sports minister in 2014. Each of the suspects was released on a cash bail of 100,000 rupees and 2 surety bails worth 1 million rupees each after being handed over indictments. The case has been fixed for further hearing on August 30th. The case related to the Rathupaswala incident was taken up for hearing again in the Gampaha Magistrates Court today. Defendants, including Brigadier Deshapriya Gunawardena, appeared in court. The case was adjourned until the 1st of November as instructions of the Attorney General had not been received. The defendants are accused of opening fire at a protest organized by the Rathupaswala residents in Valiveria, demanding drinking water, killing 3 demonstrators and causing injuries to another group. Attorney General Dappula de Oliveira was summoned to the Parliamentary Select Committee that is looking into the Easter Sunday attacks to give evidence. The Attorney General said that issues may surface to his duties by giving evidence. After his clarification, the Select Committee did not seek evidence from him. Additional Solicitor General Sumati Dharmawardena gave evidence representing the Attorney General's department.
Actually affect my role as the Attorney General. In the performance of my functions, I am called upon to testify before this forum. May I make this submission, and I will also present a written representation, and I wish to have a ruling on the matter, because these are matters which are all pertinent and relevant to the discharge of my functions as the Attorney General. And the evidence which is sought to be elicited from me today could be given by a subordinate officer.
On to a headline-making story. The Board of Investment of Sri Lanka has informed Halleys Freezone company to expeditiously to re-export the stock of garbage that is lying in the Katunayaka Free Trade Zone before the 12th of next month. If not, the Board of Investment said that legal action will be taken against the company. The Board of Investment of Sri Lanka said that the company concerned had cleared 130 containers containing garbage. Portfolios of 2 ministers have been altered. The Ministry of Public Administration, Disaster Management and Rural Economic Affairs, held by Minister Ranjit Madhumabandara, has been amended as Ministry of Public Administration, Disaster Management and Livestock Development. Minister of Agriculture, Livestock Development, Irrigation, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development, P. Harrison, will now hold the Ministry of Agriculture, Rural Economic Affairs, Irrigation, Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development. Both ministers received their letters of appointment from President Maithripalapala Sirisena at the President's office. President's Secretary Udaya R. Seniviratne was present on the occasion. You're watching Prime TV News, and still on the local scene, Police media spokesman SP Ruwan Gunasekara has said that the Criminal Investigation Department has no need to exonerate anyone from the law. The police spokesman was responding to a query raised by a journalist whether inquiries on Dr. Shafi had been carried out properly. The police spokesman said that CID is the department in the country that has the most talented sleuths. It has no need to carry out inquiries to save anyone. The CID is carrying out investigations based on the truth and within the law framework. Dr. Shafi had not been released, but released on certain conditions. Inquiries with respect to him are not yet over. The Criminal Investigation Department is carrying out 2 inquiries with respect to him. One relates to illegal sterilization. The Kurunegala magistrate has submitted a series of queries to a medical board. This is still in progress. SP Ruan Gunasekara said that in addition, Dr. Shafi was first taken into custody from Kurunegala on amassing wealth. A separate inquiry is being carried out in this respect under the Money Laundering Act. The police spokesman said that a final decision can be taken only after completing these investigations. 235 drunk drivers have been apprehended during the 24-hour period from 6 a.m. yesterday to 6 a.m. today. The island-wide special operation to arrest drunk drivers commenced on the 15th of this month. The Office of the Police Media spokesman said that since then, the total number of drunk drivers nabbed was 5,497. 2 persons sustained injuries in shootings that took place at 2 locations. One of the shooting had taken place at the Apprehended junction within the Kuliapitia Police Division. A group travelling in a van had opened fire on a motorbike rider. The injured was a 31-year-old resident of Apprehended. Meanwhile, an exchange of fire had taken place when a wildlife official raided a group that was engaged in illegal gem mining in the Manik River within the Yala Reserve. An illegal gem miner sustained injuries in the shooting. He was a 23-year-old person. Another 3 illegal miners had fled. Veteran media personality Tavis Guru Gays, who had rendered a valuable service to the media, was recently commemorated. Arms were offered to the Battaramulla Vikramasinghapura Urban Elders and Children's Home today. Tavis Guru Gays entered the media sphere as a relief announcer at Radio Ceylon in the year 1943. He served as a Director General of the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation in 1977 and later took over as the first competent authority of the independent television network. Under his guidance, ITN achieved several victories. He was murdered by an unidentified gunman on 23rd July in the year 1989. The almsgiving pinkamer organized to commemorate him was attended by ITN staff members, including Chief Executive Officer Rasanga Harishchandra and family members, including the daughter of Mr. Guru Gays. Religious rites were performed by Chief Incumbent of the Vikramasinghapura, Subodharama, the Venerable Okampite Panyati Satera. ITN's Welfare Association gifted pains to Battaramulla Vikramasinghapura Urban Elders and Children's Home. It was precisely 1 year ago, 12 schoolboys and their football coach went missing in a Thai cave. Saman Gunan, a former Thai Navy SEAL and avid triathlete, lost his life while being engaged in an untiring attempt to save 13 people he had never met from the flooded cave complex in Chiang Rai. The volunteer diver was on his way back from supplying air tanks along the rescue route when his breathing device fell from his mouth. The water was freezing. The visibility was nearly zero. Saman could not find his equipment in the cold, murky darkness and ran out of air. He has been gone for nearly a year now, and life has become a constant struggle for his widowed wife. Saman's death keeps her on the verge of emotional collapse. While attending the felicitation ceremony that was held in Sri Lanka to commemorate the brave personnel, wife of Saman Gunan, Valepon Gunan, joined with ITN News team for a brief discussion.
Thai Care Rescue Mission was a truly global rescue operation that took place last year. Joining with us today, a wife of ex-Navy diver Saman Gunan. He was engaged with the mission and died during the operation. I would like to know, being a wife of a heroic personal, what's your thoughts and personal experience on him?
ก็รู้สึกมีความภูมิใจแล้วก็มีความรู้สึกภาคภูมิใจในภารกิจที่เขาทำในสิ่งที่เขาทำ
She said that she very proud of her late husband for his devoted and volunteer missions for the operation, that he do good for all the people, and he be the person that everyone can count on when they have a trouble.
Could you explain how was the responses of the government and other parties after the death of your husband?
มีค่ะก็มีทอหรือท่าอากาศยานค่ะเข้ามาช่วยเหลือโดยการที่ให้ทำงานแทนในตำแหน่งของพี่แซมค่ะ
She said that after the tragedy of the involved in the operation, the Airport of Thailand Public Company Limited, or AOT, that Sman Kunan employer has come to help her suddenly by hire her instead of his husband, her late husband. And after that, there are many government sector and private sector come to help her since then.
Do you have any special message to be given to the common society and the public?
ค่ะก็อยากจะให้กำลังใจแล้วก็ให้ภูมิใจในสิ่งที่เขาทำแล้วก็เก็บเขาเอามาเป็นกำลังใจในการใช้ชีวิตต่อไปค่ะ
She said that especially to the woman that has the faith like her, that keep strong and go on living by keeping his goodness, his braveness, and the proudness of him to be the energy for her, for everyone to keep on living and do good things in the society. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Joining us.
Okay.
2 persons were killed when a tractor belonging to the Regional Development Authority in Puramadulla faced an accident. A tractor which was plying on the Pallebovala-Puramadulla road faced this accident. The cause of the accident was a fault in the brakes. One of the persons killed in the accident was a 33-year-old, while the other victim was 57 years. The Hanguranketta police are pursuing further investigations. Business News is up next. Norwegian ambassador to Sri Lanka, Thorbjorn Gastasita, has said that Sri Lanka's tourism industry is heading in the right direction. The outgoing ambassador, who is due to leave after completing his tenure in Sri Lanka, said Sri Lanka is still in the heart of foreigners, despite a slight decline in tourism after the Easter attacks. He said although after the attacks, a slight drop of tourist arrivals is seen over the past 2 to 3 months, the tourists will return. The envoy noted that the trade between the two countries is also growing, especially with increased investment in the fisheries, maritime and IT sectors. The Norway ambassador, expressing his views about terrorism, said many countries experience terrorism. Well, that was a farewell to a legend. For more information, visit www.itnews.lk. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.